Hi everyone, and welcome to the Leo Weekly Tarot Bite reading for the week of August 14th through the 20th. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot reading for Soul Illumination. Hi, my name is Lauren. So this reading is a very quick look at the energy for the week ahead for the sign of Leo, and we're basing this on going a little deeper into the two themes that came up in the general collective reading, which was released on Sunday, if you'd like to watch that. Now, the two themes that came up were the never-ending story, which was number 37, breaking down to 10 for the breaking down to the 1, endings and beginnings, and the 10 of Pentacles. So we are looking this week for all of us at reviewing a story in our life that it's time to close that book on, meaning it's a story that we have told ourselves about some aspect of our experience that we did not think was going to happen for us, that we were not capable of doing. It's a wounded story that we carry around, and it's time now to start a new story that does not include that wounded part. So this is like getting into that energy of, I am the person who is worthy of the romantic partner of a lifetime. I am the person who is worthy of opening that successful, thriving business. I am the person who is very capable of becoming a part of my community and being of service to others. Because with the 10 of Pentacles, this really speaks to that long-term vision for ourselves. So we're going to look into what that is for you, Leo. What are you looking at? Like what's going on about that story for you? What are you putting finally to a close so that you can start to write that new book? I like to look at it not as chapters for ourselves in our book, but as looking at our life as a series where we can almost have standalone novels. We can put the other one's done, it's ended. Now we can become maybe even a new character in the next book. So let's go ahead and see. So right off the bat, we have 7 of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something here for many of you, I think, where you've been going through, or maybe in the past, there was a sense of getting a little lost with the 7 of Cups. That can be kind of the illusion that there might be something better out there for you, or that there's something beyond yourself that will bring you fulfillment. And with the Queen of Pentacles, this is really the energy of the patient, nurturing mother. It's the energy of dedicated focus on growing something specific and really having that single-minded focus where you're not worried about all the other things that other people are doing or the other opportunities you might be missing. Instead, it's getting very clear as to what you specifically want to focus. So I kind of get this feeling that for many of you, you might have up to this point kind of compared yourself a lot to other people around you, or always kind of had that one eye open of like, is there something better out there? Is there something that I'm missing? And instead, you get to kind of move into the energy now of focusing on something that you specifically want to bring into your experience through patience as well. There really is that focus, that focused energy of, I understand I might not see immediate results, but I know that when I focus my energy, that's where, it's like that saying, where your attention goes, energy flows. Absolutely. Now, for some of you, this could be a very specific message around wanting to become a parent, wanting to maybe be a mother or have that nurturing influence, being able to be that nurturing influence to another person in your life. And there was always a sense of maybe, but if I focus on being a parent, I might miss out on some other aspect of my life experience. And this is saying it's time now to close that book as to, there might be something better for me out there, and start to really get into that energy in this next book of, what do you want to have grown? What are you going to focus now on? When we think of the 10 of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles holds the single first pentacle. She holds the Ace of Pentacles that will then grow into the 10 of Pentacles. So this is a beautiful opportunity to get into the to start to tell a new story about what you're capable of growing. This would be like for those of you maybe who always wanted to own your own business and you're like, I don't know what I'd even want to do, but I want to own my own business. And suddenly you're realizing, I have a little bit of seed money. I have a little bit of extra time in my schedule. And in this next chapter, I'm going to become a business owner. And I see my long-term 10 of Pentacles. That long-term 10 of Pentacles is building a legacy with my business in the community, or building a family business that I get to pass on to my children. Something along those lines where it's like it's time now to just focus on what you have in the present moment and growing that into what you want it to be, not kind of going with the flow of the illusion of, well, maybe I'll do this, or maybe I'll choose that, or maybe something better will come in, so I'm not going to commit. I get the feeling, Leo, that this is a new cycle of commitment for you. All right, so this could be that week maybe where for some of you, as you're reviewing those stories, you're reviewing maybe where you didn't commit fully to something, maybe where you had tried and kind of pulled back, or something fell through. And this is that beautiful time to say, you know what? I am somebody who can commit. I am somebody who can follow through. Those old failures or those old times from the past where I got kind of sidetracked or just went with the flow, this is the time now where I kind of put my foot down and say, this is what I want to plant. This is where I want to plant it. And this is the story of my apple seed, so to speak. So let's see here with the 10 of Pentacles. What does Leo want to grow? What's the future vision for yourself here? What does Leo need to know about the future vision for themselves? What do they want to see? What do they want to grow more of in their life experience? Okay, so with the Princess of Wands, I love that. You want to grow more fun in your life. You want to have a sense of play. You want to be able to play with your passions. There's a light-hearted feeling that comes through with the Page of Wands. Okay, and actually that's a few too many cards. I like to try to keep, when I'm doing these readings, to just one or two. Ooh. Okay. Oh, ooh, wow. The World and the Magician, two very powerful cards coming up together here. The World speaks to the ending of a major life cycle for you. The Magician speaks to awakening that very powerful magic that only you bring to your life experience. So for many of you, there's a sense here of really putting to rest a cycle that did not allow you to feel like you could be that playful child, that did not allow you to feel like you were truly having fun with your passion. And when we bring the passion in with our dedicated focus to something, but we do so from a place of fun, not from a place of, I have to do this or else, or I'm being forced to work at this job, or I'm being forced to fill in the blank, where all of a sudden working with passion doesn't feel fun anymore. There's a sense now of really diving into, you've learned your lesson as to, in the past cycle, where you probably put your time and energy towards something that maybe wasn't as fulfilling as you wanted, or again, it felt stressful, felt heavy, didn't feel like play. The Magician is coming in now to say, you can tap back into your own magic through that playful energy. There's a sense here of dedicated focus towards something that almost awakens that inner childlike, the feeling of play. Like we can dedicate our time and energy to something, but it doesn't have to feel like we are chaining ourselves to an ultimate vision, future vision. This is more getting into the energy of commitment that really speaks to dedicated focus for the long-term goal, but understanding that the journey is meant to be fun. We tap into our magic through our passion. It's my belief personally that we each have a wand. That wand, it represents our eternal flame. That is our soul. It is a single passion within that is meant to be expressed. It is meant to be lived out into the life like a curious child. And that's how we really tap into our own magic, that we get to see what we uniquely are meant to shine and to burn and to bring passionately into this experience. Doesn't mean that you have to literally be out there for all the world to see, passionately talking about what you love or showing. It's more about getting in touch with it in this kind of quiet, playful way of just saying, this is me. This is what I love to do. This is my passionate soul on display for others. But from when you think of a child at play, children aren't just pushing it on other children. I mean, sometimes that can happen, but there's a sense more of just kids kind of all just play together, right? They're all just, this is what I love, and this is what I love, and this is what I love. And there's almost this kind of like chaos that comes in with that. But there's a beauty in that at the same time, because everybody gets to express himself equally. And I get the feeling that this is the cycle where you get to do that for yourself, Leo, and you get to really distinguish yourself. And you get a chance now to commit to truly what you want to grow in your life experience. No more wondering if something better is going to come along. No more wondering if something's going to be more fulfilling, or no more comparing yourself to others. This is now about I get the feeling this is all about you, Leo, in this next story. That maybe the previous stories had been around, your previous story might have been a lot around other people in your life. So. Okay, so I'm going to pull a final card here to just get an additional message for the week ahead for you, Leo. So what does Leo need to know? So this is really a week of getting, I think, if you can focus on that child at play, I think for many of you, there's going to be almost this kind of like awakening spark of, oh my gosh, this is where I want to focus. This is that first line. Like I was saying, I gave everybody homework in the collective reading of this week. Really think about if you were truly writing a new book in your series, in your life series, what would be that first line on the first page, and what would be the last line on the last page, and how can you get excited to take the journey and be curious about how you're going to get from the first line to the last line. So we have Flamingo Spirit. It says, embrace the in-between, number 26. I love that. Breaking down to the number 8, the number of personal empowerment and physical abundance. And then we have Ant Spirit, time to collaborate with the number 1. So yes, there's definitely a sense here of with embracing the in-between. It's embracing the shift in your life, that shift that is going from the one book ending where maybe you were very much focused on other people, focused on maybe, again, comparing yourself to other people as well, where now you get to embrace your shifting to where you get to embrace in this next cycle the focus on the self, the focus on what you want to nurture and bring into your experience. And that might feel a little awkward, right? But there's a sense here that number 8 of the in-between is where you're finding your personal power. The in-between of, especially with the world coming in, is where you're doing that life review of that last major cycle. And you're realizing this is, you can see she's actually celebrating here because she gets to really look at all the lessons she learned, and now she's getting ready. She understands now how she can apply that in the next cycle, and that's the magic that we tap into. Then with time to collaborate, this says it's time to really open your eyes up to networking. Really open your eyes up to who in your life experience is going to be there to help you grow this new pentacle into the 10 of Pentacles. And that might be finding a new friend. That might be finding a business partner. That might be finding that romantic partner if you don't already have one, that's going to be that person that says, I see your long-term goal. I also want a life of play. Let's do this together. Beautiful. All right, I will leave it there. I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead, Leo. It looks like it's going to be one. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can click the link on the description box below to visit my website to see how you can do that. And if you'd like to view the full tarot scope for the month of August for your sign, which is about 50 minutes in length and really dives into a major message for you for the month of August, you can visit my channel to see all of those. And if you would like to subscribe to the channel to get notifications as to when I release the weekly readings as well as the monthly readings, I definitely invite you to do that. I greatly appreciate it as well. All right, bye, Leo.